No. This is your energy that's crushing my space. I'm taking you. This is you. I'm bowling you up. Look, this is your energy in the ball. Look what I'm doing to it. 76 feet away from me is what I need. What I need. 76 feet away from me is what I need.
Greetings, sunshines and sunnies. It is I, Queen J Lotus, King Sun Kiss, coming at y'all right quick, right fast, maybe. For we got a whole lot of going on with this here particular reading. So we still channeling off the Aries ×7 energy. We still in the loud, sacred, queer, feminine saga of it all the while. It's also a special entry for the Scorpio new moon. And amongst that, I decided to ask the divine realm for some love and optimism encouragement amongst what needs to be purged for such, okay? What earth warrior, deity, spirit guides, guardian angels are specifically amongst us to aid us with that, okay? Because I know it's a whole lot of going on in life, in the world, Craig, okay? Individually and as a unit. And so that's also why I wanted to do this special entry and specifically dedicated towards helping us accumulate how to better keep our, essentially, a spiritual hygiene, how to keep our momentum up, how to keep our frequency of self-love up, how to keep our frequency of encouragement, optimism, if I didn't already say that, all of those things up, especially when we're in a society and in a time where there are so many people being loud, wrong, chaotic, fear-mongering, sending illusions of bullshit, just being aggravating just to be aggravating, being negative just to be negative and shit. So this is specially dedicated to getting messages to help us help ourselves maintain upliftment of our spirit, upliftment of our life force amongst those of us who have the special purposes of using our voices and using our purpose to combat the negativity, specifically simply by being ourselves, by using our gifts and our talents, things of that nature. So yeah. I was originally going to do this as a pick a card, but things did not turn out in such the way. So it's really going to be a part 1 and a part 2. Okay, so you can consider, because you're going to hear me saying group 1 in this video anyway. So you can tune into both videos or you can tune into one or the other. I'm going to have angel numbers in the title and or the description box for y'all to see, and, you know, certain other signs and symbols of resonation for you to know or, you know, decipher, discern whether or not you feel like you would resonate with this one more. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the part 2. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the specificities of this read. Sunshines and Sunnies of Group 1. And I ain't going to waste no time. I'm going to go ahead and get right into the specificities of y'all's cards. So as y'all can see here, y'all got 5 of them. And we're going to start with swap right, which is sideways with the head to the right. And it reads, it's a GOAT card. And it says, so glad you took a chance and put yourself out there so I could find you. And definitely along with a lot of the other cards, and especially and particularly y'all's Earth Warrior card, this is definitely lending towards, oh my gosh, so big chosen one energy, particularly queer, very unique, peculiar, very witchy, very majestic chosen one energy. And what this is indicating is that a lot of you all have likely been feeling very unimpressed, very bored and sick and tired of being sick and tired of being bored and being unimpressed, feeling like something is missing, all the while probably dealing with some feelings of fear of missing out type shit. And this is spirit saying that a part of the void that y'all have been feeling is yourself. You haven't been feeling like yourself. You've been feeling very different. And the reason why y'all have been feeling different is because y'all have genuinely grown. At the same time, there's a part of y'all selves that y'all have stifled off the backs of being wounded. And it's definitely not y'all's fault that, you know, people have gone out of their way to wound y'all and inflict pain and despair upon y'all. However, you owe it to yourself to call your sense of fun back to you. Call your sense of celebration back to you. And that is over yourself. So it's a need for y'all to reflect on successes that you've had, even small victories. It's a need for y'all to reflect on great times that you've enjoyed with yourself and by yourself and recreate some of those things amongst remembering that over accountability is a thing. And for y'all, it also seems to be showing up where you may be getting invited to some things and or you know you need to get out the house and you really need to socialize and allow yourself to have some new experiences and meet some new people and everything. But you feel overly responsible and overly accountable for being the life of the party and being the one to make everybody feel good, feel better, feel uplifted and lively and all of that. When in actuality, Spirit is trying to show you differently, that it's not always on you for that, as well as that there are other people that can mutually exchange with you, and how social exchanges, social interactions and things of that nature can be mutually restoring and not just always you being the restorer and the generator for everybody and everything. So it's given that that's a part of y'all's leap of faith to go out of y'all way and step out there, let yourselves go out on the town. And you really don't have to, because I just heard, and how am I supposed to approach people and this and that? You ain't got to approach people. People always approach you first anyway. That's what it's given for like the people of this group in particular, which I can relate like a motherfucker. I often don't have to approach anybody. I just be and folks start talking to me. And so it's given that that's a part of y'all's naturality. Y'all really don't have to try. You know, y'all don't have to try. Just pick somewhere you want to go and be merry. And people will come up to you, and this will also allow you to see how far you've come spiritually, mentally, emotionally, discerningly, and all of this shit. Because, of course, just because people approach you don't mean that you have to entertain all of the people, right? So, you know, process of elimination and just enjoy the ride, enjoy the show of it all, and let the rest unfold magically, right? Because this is also somewhere is what I'm hearing, that Spirit is wanting to show you some magic through these new interactions. And it's something that's more than just a momentary thing. They're trying to restore magic back into your life everlastingly, which is a great segue into y'all's Earth Warrior card. So y'all have the Pachamama card, and what I channel specifically for y'all's Earth Warrior card is also who is y'all's Earth Warrior, spiritual deity, spiritual guide, guardian angel, if you will, that specifically assists you all with love, encouragement, and light within the darkness type shit, Deus Machina type shit. And if you don't know what Deus Machina means, it basically means like, say you watching a show like Euphoria, for instance, which has been channeling a lot lately. But let's say, you know, Euphoria, Rue is the main character. So often she's getting caught up in a whole lot of very life-threatening situations. But a lot of people would say she has plot armor that keeps her from suffering serious consequences from a lot of the shit that she puts herself in. So in another term, it would be like, what spiritual deity, guardian angel, etc. is y'all's plot armor in this life? Which essentially solidifies, confirms this is a group of people who has main character energy and main character purpose amongst. This is one of the cards out of the deck that is horizontal. One of the few of the cards in the deck that is horizontal, which gives big major arcana energy amongst a deck that is already big major majestic ass high ranking ass shat. You feel me? So this is the top of the topper. This is the top of the topper. So this is given that y'all have very high ranking divine energy, and y'all's divine realm consists of the most high ranking deities, spirit guides, archangels, etc., etc., etc. And it's giving even y'all's demons are divine, honey. So y'all have the highest ranking demons that are so motherfucking high ranking that they have been initiated into divinity, into using their powers, however and wherever they are, to serve divinity. That's how major this shit is, right? Okay? So the number on this card is 38. That's 3 and 8. So we got the number of creation, alchemy, purpose with the number 3, as well as the number 8, which is infinity. Then I just say that everlasting chat, which, you know, can be synonymous with infinitiveness. Yes! And I just said, you know, so I'm saying it and I'm saying it again and I'm wrapping it all into one. So this particular Earth warrior is the Earth Mother Goddess of nourishment and some more things that we're going to talk about, but specifically I'm zoning in on the nourishment aspect. So on the description, she's described as she with the Indian emerald heart. So she is all about the heart space, and that definitely is really, really prominent right now as we are in Taurus season, as well as it concerns the Scorpio moon that we're dealing with as well. And all of this big Leo energy taking up the year is also very heart prominent. Very heart and love space prominent, which also gets us into the money, honey. Okay, and you already see one of them cards right there, got the dollar signs on it, but just hold that thought. So this Earth Mother Goddess is all about nourishment after long periods of neglect, after drastic neglect. She is a goddess that is specifically for the protection, providing for, and justifying for those who have been abandoned, neglected, and shunned, particularly by their parents, by groups of people, villages and such, friend groups and such, that really truly were supposed to be meant to nourish you. People that were put into place that were meant to be responsible for nourishing you, supporting you, giving you opportunities, helping you out, mentoring you, and things of that nature. And again, this deity is specifically for chosen ones, particularly also queer, witchy, supernatural, very peculiar type chosen ones, which are very common and very prominent for being demonized, villainized, ostracized, shunned, neglected, and abandoned for no good fucking reason, as it has gone for ages and ages and ages and ages and ages throughout history, okay, in this society. And this is the part of why she's making herself so known now. She's always been around for you all, honey, but she's making herself even more known and prominent now. As I'm hearing, it's time. It's officially time. And I'm hearing the tide is high, but I'm holding on. I'm gonna be your number one. So yes, y'all are gonna be the number one. So this is also giving real big dog, real underdog, big dog. Okay, nothing's a coincidence. Real big underdog energy. So like I said, she's always been around being y'all's main character plot armor, being y'all's deus machina, y'all's miracle saving down to the last minute, you know, okay? Also, I'm hearing there's an abundance of things that also you would never know that she's been protecting y'all from even seeing, being contacted with, and all types of shit, which gets us to the next point. In me saying that, she's always been around, but she's making herself more known to you now and more present around you now. I'm hearing and seeing in the form of flowers, in the form of yellow butterflies and lunar moths, in the form of some really kind of thick-bodied spider with long, really skinny legs. I don't know what type of spider that is, but that's the description. As well as black birds. And if you've been actually seeing any birds in the rain, like it's raining and you look out and you see a bird in your yard or something, and I'm not talking about a duck, I'm talking about like cardinals, starlings, robins, sparrows, even crows, things of that nature. Those are also some of the ways that she's been showing up to y'all. Amongst the fact, pay attention to the imagery of the card also, because I wasn't even looking at the card. I was just literally channeling. But also in the form of cats, dogs, and particularly very unique dogs and cats. So like you can see on the imagery, you got tigers, leopards, wolves, things of that nature. I mean, it's a chance that some of y'all may have come across some of those. I'm hearing even I'm hearing coyotes, but the coyote is a sign of something else, and I'll get to that in a sec. wolf dogs, or like the domestic dog that is much like a wolf dog. Is it a husky, a Siberian, or something like that? Certain types of dogs, and I'm hearing hairless cats, very weird colored cats. So it's like cats that's been mixed up with a whole lot of different cats, and their coat is very spotty-yotty, dope-alicious. Okay, so that is also a call to outcast. So for someone or some of you, she may also show up when you listen to Outkast, and or some of you may be directed to listen to Andre 3000's wood instrument album, his clarinet, oboe, flute album. They get some saxophones in there and shit too. So yeah, Andre 3000 is also coming up as an icon. It's coming up as a spiritual reference icon of inspiration for you all. So y'all might need to look into Andre 3000 more if you already a big ass Andre 3000 fan, like myself, honey. But yeah, if you already a Andre 3000 fan, that's definitely a sign. And if not, or you haven't like really been into him like that, you may be being directed to do some research, listen to his music, you know, embrace that and pray on it, meditate on it, and see what it is meant for you, and what it is that spirit, and particularly this earth mother deity, is trying to communicate to you by way of him and or these tangs. Okay. Rihanna is also channeling through for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why. The Loud album. So, okay. So the Loud album specifically is channeling through. So it's giving that this particular Earth Mother deity is very prominent and synchronized with that album. So if you're already a huge fan of that album, that's a sign. And if not, you may be called to get more into that album and see what it has for you. Because that's another way that this Earth Mother deity has been showing up and channeling through to you. I'm also seeing Highest to Lowest. That's it's a Spike Lee movie with Denzel Washington and ASAP Rocky. So somebody or some of y'all are being called to watch that movie and take some notes and perhaps do some research on it, some of the background information and different things that it's meant to mean for you and such like that. So yeah. Also, they're telling me another way that they're showing up is orange cats, specifically striped cats, black cats. I mentioned birds, but you can also see there's a hummingbird on the card, as well as dream catchers. And if you've been having dreams of your grandmother, or I'm hearing aunties, any like maternal and or feminine beings that you were really close to when they were alive, but now they are no longer, you've been having dreams about them, that's another sign and signal of this earth warrior goddess's presence, and her allowing them through to you is showing, again, like high ranking good karma type shit, that they're able to get through to you in those special very loving and miraculous ways because of the good karma that you have. And a part of that is coming from mutually from whoever that lost feminine being is that you've been having dreams about. Oh, that is really cool. Now back to the lecture at hand. So a very particular reason why she's been showing up and making herself so known to you all right now is because there is this thing about someone or some people. Okay, a lot of you have probably been in a period of isolation, hermit mode, which is pretty evident even from like the messages that came out from the very first card, right? So there's someone or some people that think that because you've been so ducked off, because you've been isolated in hermit mode, you ain't been fooling with nobody, and this and that. They are feeling like they've won. They are feeling like they have successfully brought y'all down, that they have successfully turned everybody against you, that they've successfully killed your hopes in yourself and your dreams, and that they successfully killed your hopes of true love and having people that love and care about you. There are people, someone or some people that, like I said, because you've been ducked off, they feel like they have successfully convinced you that don't nobody love you, don't nobody want you, don't nobody need you, and that they've stopped you, that because of that, you have said fuck it, and you have said fuck your dreams, fuck love, fuck, pursuing your goals and fulfilling your purpose and all this and that. They feel like they successfully brought you down. And as a result of this, there's someone or some people, could be amongst this group, could be some new individual or strangers, or it could be people that you know, but not people that you've really had the notification sound is giving some confirmation there. So these other people or this other person is someone that you likely know, have been associated with, but haven't actually like been formally introduced to, whatever, what have you. And so this person is observing you. And there's two different sides to this, okay? So ride with me, and we're gonna pop the car in the eye. There's this one person that has a similar mentality to the people that feel like they have successfully brought you down. However, this individual is much more of a predator in the sense where they're looking at you as being alone, unrepresented, unclaimed. And they want to take advantage of that. They're perceiving you as, because you are alone and because you're low key and this and that, and you ain't got a big crowd of people around you, ain't really fooling with nobody right now. It's kind of like when somebody goes out to a restaurant by themselves and they just like have a little date with themselves or whatever, what have you, and people assume that they're lonely and desperate. That's like what this individual, that's the type of mentality this individual has. And so they're assuming, essentially, perceiving that you're desperate for companionship and you're desperate for someone to take you under their wing, that you're desperate for someone to be on their side and ride for them and ride for you and represent you. So, on the other hand, there is someone else and or some other people that see the work that you've been putting in, see your potential, and they also have seen and heard the wrong ass ways that you've been done. So they have pure intent and want to genuinely come in and genuinely be your friend, genuinely be your guide, genuinely bestow opportunity to you and have mutual restoration type shit in a pure sense. And you're bound, and this kind of goes back to those messages about, you go out and people approach you and it's going to show you how much your sense of discernment has grown and evolved. Because, like I said, one of these people is like a Natalie Nunn type motherfucker. Like I said, they see you alone and they think that you're desperate. But in actuality, they're projecting because they're desperate. They're desperate for attention. They likely have been rightfully cut the fuck off by everybody and all the bridges that they done burned, going from person to person and group to group, fucking up and fucking over. And so they seeing you alone and they're projecting their desperation on you, when in actuality, it's them who is desperate for a partner. It's them who is desperate for representation, for someone to come out and try to convince everybody and make them look better than, the bullshit that they done put out. Because that's what I'm picking up on. That this person, whoever this predator is, this person done told they fucking draws and they asked out for a reason. But if and when they approach you, they're going to be acting like, ooh, they're showing me Stevie J. They're going to have like this Stevie J type of persona and like way about themselves, selling dreams and shit, acting like they rich, acting like they can do this and that, they can put you on and they see everything that you've been through and this and that. And they may even come off real convincing, but you may sense something real grimy and ratty, even about their features. Even their features may be somewhat rodent-like or something that is like, that's likely, again, why Spirit was putting all those animal totems and shit out there like that too. For you to pay attention to like the types of animals that different people remind you of when you're interacting with them. Because this individual, this predator spirit, has some sort of very ratty type of spirit. Not even mouse, but ratty. Very ratty, very weasel-like. And much like Stevie J, when he first started off on Love and Hip Hop, this person may be like, flexing around, wad some money and have on all types of jewelry and nice clothes and this and that, but ain't even got no car, walking everywhere that they got to go. Mooching out the money that they flaunt. If you're gonna brag, make sure it's your money to flaunt. Okay? The money they flaunting ain't even theirs. They done fucking rob Peter to pay Paul. And they finna pay Paul. Okay? Ooh, and this is showing me Euphoria again with the Nate and Cassie situation, honey. If you know, you know, and if you don't, baby, go fishing, honey. Tisk. Tisk. Don't come up counting your toes, honey. Don't come up counting your toes. All right? All right. All that said, again, that's why this Earth Mother is showing up and making herself so prominently known and so loud at this particular time. And I'm hearing it's all a matter of time, divine timing. It's also showing me the color purple, but don't fret because you will not have to wait until old age and shit until you like it with you. Okay? And I'm saying, particularly if you're on the younger side and, and this and that, don't be thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be 60 by the time. No. The purpose of them bringing it up is I'm hearing paid dues paid. Those types of dues have already been paid. That type of, and I hate to say it like this, but we're not going to get into all the depths of the movie or whatnot. Let me focus on the message, okay? The imprisonment that Celie suffered, is why they brought up the grandparents, the elder, I'm trying to think of the ancestral aspects of messages that they did also. It's because they're also letting you know that, because someone or some of y'all have had this fear of like, damn, am I going to be 50 when I finally make, am I going to be 60 when I fucking do this shit? And some of y'all, it's about kids. Some of y'all are concerned about getting too old to have kids, if you will, or having concerns about that, parenting at an older age and such. So the message that's coming through specifically, and y'all have to take it, however it resonates, but the message that's coming through specifically, and it is giving like a group of grandmothers that is like collectively saying, those dues have already been paid. Again, the imprisonment that Celie suffered, which is very reminiscent of the marital imprisonment that a lot of our grandmothers suffered. They're saying those dues have already been paid. That's not going to be your story. But what is to be taken from it, and at this particular time, the message that's coming through, what is to be taken from it is that it's only a matter of time. It's all a matter of time. And the time is here, the time is now. So that's why it's impeccable that y'all make conscious efforts towards these leaps of faith and these calls to action that are coming through here. Because the time is here and now. And either way, okay? That's K Michelle channeling through. Either way, y'all gonna be straight. Bitch, your life is great. Okay? Sleeping good at night in the morning, eating eggs and steak or eggs and grapes, whichever one you eat, honey. Sleep or awake, you gonna get these blessings either way. Either way. Either way. Okay? And because of that, this is why I want to make sure that y'all are wide awake and present in it so that y'all can enjoy it, so that y'all can allow yourselves to enjoy it, and so that y'all can wake up y'all soul village and truly connect with y'all soul village and everything and everyone else that you're truly supposed to connect with mutually, restoratively, and nourishingly. Heaven on earth type shit. And so, like, yeah, that's why she's coming through so proud and prominently here. And I'm hearing like job well done type shit. Yes, heaven on earth type shit. And they are ushering you, like I said, to your soul village. And that's why they like, get out the house. Get out the house, because y'all are the leaders. And again, top of the topper. I never fuck with beginners, okay? Y'all top of the topper, which means y'all are leaders of leaders. This is emperor, empress type vibes, type energy. Y'all are emperors and empresses, okay? Y'all are kings of kings and queens of queens, okay? Leaders of leaders, which means a lot of shit is on y'all. But y'all are not supposed to be overly accountable for everything. So with that said, though, there are certain things that can't and won't happen until you declare and demand it, and until you take the action, and then everyone else has to catch the flash. So that's why they're saying now is the time. Snap out of it. Snap out of it. Take these calls to actions. Do what you need to do to purge all that old shit, all that old energy, so you can get with your people, so you can get with your tribe for real. Because what you're not fixing to do, and what spirit is not fixing to allow you to do, what Pasha Mama is not fixing to allow you to do, is lay there so comfortable, dissociated in chaos that all these packs of evil wolves and hyenas and coyotes and shit come up and start eating and tearing you alive. Okay? And that's not gonna happen either way. Either way, that's not happening either way, because you so locked in, you so high ranking, you so top of the topper. So don't get this far and let your issues fuck it up. Okay? Because like I said, you're going to be taken to your divinely designed soul tribe, your divinely designed life. And what you don't want to do is end up fucking up your next lives by disrespecting the blessings that you've worked so hard for, and that the divine realm has also put interest on as a reward for you. And speaking of which, that's also a part of what this divine earth mother is about. She's about rewards, just to rewards, as well as in the form of justice. And a lot of these other rewards would essentially be the divine realm proving that certain people really do deserve to be paid simply for being themselves. Some people literally do deserve rewards and trophies and shit simply for being themselves. And y'all are that collective of people. And so with that, some of these rewards are literally them rewarding y'all for being yourselves and making it clear also to, I'm hearing the world, like really large crowds of people amongst y'all's ops and people that have betrayed y'all and undermined y'all and ostracized y'all for no good motherfucking reason, sabotage y'all and all of this other shit. Y'all are a collective that's bound to be exalted, like, now, what they say? Now I'm smiling from the stage while you were clapping in the nosebleeds. Like, yeah, back then they didn't want me, now I'm high hoes all on me. Amongst, like, what's that story where it's either a grandma or it's a chicken or something, but it has to do with some woman is making bread or something, and she asks who want to help her make the bread, and it go, not I said the dog, not I said the cat, not I said the pig, not I said the cow. Who want to help me beat the dough? Not I said the such and such, not I said the duck, not I. Who want to help me with? Not I, not I, not I. Oh, okay. Well, take out the bread. It's all ready to eat. Everybody come around. Oh, I want a piece, I want a piece, I want a piece. Hold on, Holiday. Because where were you when I was whipping up the eggs, bitch? That's what it's giving. Like, y'all finna be rewarded so motherfucking heavy. And this is a part of the rewards for staying true to yourselves, because it's given that y'all are a collective that has literally gone up against demons of all demons, big boss motherfucking evil motherfucking vampires, goons and goblins on the rocky road to Dublin, goddamn. And having a lot of people trying to, oh, look, a bluebird flying in the rain. I can't make this shit up. So yeah, y'all have likely been faced with a hell of a lot of people trying to force y'all to conform to their bullshit, trying to force y'all to endorse their bullshit, trying to get you to change who you are for them, trying to get you to live their lives for them, always calling on you to save them from a bunch of shit that they created for their fucking selves and all of this shit. But then when you need something, not I said the dog, not I said the cat, When you need somebody to talk to, when you need somebody to help you grade papers, help you run lines, help you rehearse, help you with reps in the motherfucking gym or whatever, when you need someone to help you beat the eggs, to help you with the milk, to help you fucking ice the cake and all this other motherfucking shit, when you need help with making groceries, when you need help with the process of every motherfucking thing that you're trying to do to get to bigger and better goals for yourself that you always plan to share with everybody else, don't nobody want to be with you while you're shooting in the fucking gym. None of them wanted to come and help you. They want to call you to rescue them for all of their motherfucking goons and goblins on their rocky roads to Dublin when they the goddamn goons and goblins themselves. You the damn dog, motherfucker. Okay? Everybody want to make you overly accountable for every motherfucking thing. But when you need the simplest of assistance to get you to the next spot, even so much as a ride, they don't want to help you. But when it's time to come to the wedding, when it's time to come to the birthday, when it's time to cut the cake, when it's time to go to the show, they want free tickets and backstage passes and shit. They want to ride in a limo with you. They want to walk down the red carpet with you. But when you needed assistance in the processes of all these other things that built up to these moments, it was not I said the cat, not I said the rat, not I said the pig. Yeah, so all that said, they wanted to make the emphasis there. All that said, you're also being rewarded for not letting those experiences teach you to neglect yourself. You may have had times and moments where you fell off a bit. You may be just now kind of getting back on your shit. But, hey, look yourself in the mirror and say you gonna win, knock you down 9 times, but you get up 10 and then some. Okay, that's big Cardi B energy channeling through there. So, all that said, y'all got real big infinitive blessings, rewards, and justice on the way. And a lot of y'all, some of y'all, maybe all of y'all gonna be the ones that also, just like y'all ops, gonna get to see your good karma. Some of y'all gonna get to see some of y'all's ops bad karma. Tisk. And, you know, be careful about that because those types of things are also a test. So I'm just gonna let you know, don't you be saving nobody from their karma, honey, because they'll drag you right on hell with them. Don't be compromising yourself, okay? You walk out that door, don't come back no more, okay? As well as, you know, be careful about what you celebrate. But we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with the principalities of good and evil. Okay? So, you know, pray on what that is meant to mean for you and what it's meant to communicate to you. Again, yeah, Spirit wants me to emphasize that overall. Be very mindful of what you celebrate. And that's in general. So, I'm hearing justice. What y'all want me to say about justice? What more are y'all wanting me to say about justice? Okay, so real quick, they wanted me to give y'all some heads up about some things. So some justice that y'all gonna be seeing taking place is some people are going to prison. Shout out to Voodoo Doll TV. Some people are going to prison. Some people are being exposed. I am hearing some people who are Chester molesters, some people who are, you know, on the spectrum of sexual abusers. They are being exposed, brought down, and handled one way or another, be it hell or jail. That's some things that I'm hearing. I'm hearing corruption in workplaces. So it's given, if you had some drama or you were wrongfully terminated and or you were essentially bullied, ostracized, and things of that nature at previous workplaces, you probably finna start hearing a lot of crazy shit about them folks in the job and all of that. People being exposed, people being locked up, people being brought down one way or another. I'm also hearing the song, ain't it funny how life goes around? Same people you meet coming up, you see them coming down. And with that, it gave me the image that for some of you, there was someone who used to be your manager. And they showed their entire ass. They abused their power against you. They ostracized you. They turned people against you, this, that, and the third. Maybe even had you wrongfully terminated one way or another, did the most. And like, if you just got hired for like a manager position, or if you just officially got to a place in your business where you're able to hire employees and such and things of that nature, one way or another, it's given some of you have just gotten into a position and or are about to be in a position where you do the hiring, the firing, and or you got whatever rank pull type shit in the company, community, social group, whatever what have you, to bring them in or shut them out, hire them or no hire, or you know, type shit, access or no access, type shit. Like now you the rabbit with the gun, and they come in filing applications. They need an interview. They need an opportunity from you. So this goes back to that discernment type shit. And amongst being a leader of leaders, and how are you going to handle this situation? Remember, well, we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with the principalities of good and evil. And so with that, what I'm hearing is when you stand for something, make sure you stand for it, period, and not just when and if it's happening to you. Now, that don't mean you allow them access. That's just something to keep in mind. How are you going to use your power? Especially when you're in the position now as like the rabbit with the gun, when this person that is here is someone that once had guns and pitchforks and bats and all that type shit, ways against you. Okay, so again, meditate, pray on that, and ask Spirit for clarity on what it is meant to mean for you and what that call to action is meant to be for you in such a circumstance. Okay, for some others, I'm seeing something about custody court. I'm seeing something about custody court. So somebody's been going back and forth about like custody, child support, stuff like that. I'm hearing something is going to happen. So this is what they're showing me. And for some of you, you may be in a relationship with someone who has a kid and they're going through custody battles with their co-parent and or child support stuff, this and that. So what they're showing me is that something is going to happen. If their co-parent has primary custody, I'm seeing something happens that calls for like CPS to get involved, and it's going to cause for either you or the person that you're in a relationship with that, is co-parenting with this person to officially have the upper hand in that situation, to step up and finally have the opportunity to, because it's given, and this is a specific situation. It's like if that co-parent that's been had primary custody all this time has been abusing their power and has been using the kids as a pawn and a weapon and this and that, or just something to get attention and all that shit, it's that type of specific situation. Yeah, it's given like a wrongful isolation. So that's that word coming up again, isolation. So yeah, it's given something, I'm hearing bound to happen. Something is bound to happen over there in that household concerning the child. CPS is bound to get involved, which is going to cause, the other, it's either you or the person that you're in a relationship that is that's been the secondary parent type shit. It's going to cause for them to step up, and they're finally going to have the upper hand in the situation. And I'm hearing like, possibly even have the opportunity to be like a character witness, but it's giving that the custody may switch. It's given that the custody may switch, child support may switch. So if you or your mate has been paying child support all this time, if and when this thing happens, how it may play out is that you or your mate ends up with custody and they end up having to pay y'all child support. So very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, okay. I'm picking up something about divorce stuff. So I just heard fraud. So if you're going through a divorce or are going through a divorce, it's very likely that your ex and or pending ex is about to get caught up in some fraud shit, which may give you a case of like being able to sue and or being entitled to compensation for being misled into the marriage in the first place. It could also be a situation where they forged your signature on some shit, and so you may end up testifying against them, having to testify against them. This may end up working into your favor and you coming into some bigger compensation one way or another. I'm hearing sue the company. It's some company. I don't have all the details, y'all, so take it how it resonates. Take a meat, spit out the bone. But that's how it's coming up. It's like some of y'all ex or pending ex, they done got y'all caught up in some shit, but the way they did it, there's some company or something that was like in on it with them, and it's like a whole scheme that Todd set up to come at you with the bullshit. Right, and it's given, it's gonna come out, it's gonna be exposed, and you gonna come out with the upper hand. And it's like with that, that's a part of that karma thing again. It's a part of that karma thing again, where it's like it's also a test for you to see, are you gonna still protect this person? Are you gonna still keep protecting him? Or are you gonna stand up for yourself and fight for yourself and save yourself? Okay, so there's that. Again, take the meat, spit out the bone. Now, as we wrap up, I'm going to go to Le Book and read some of the description and the prayer, the affirmative meditation type shit from and for the card, the Pachamama card. Here we are. She with the Andean heart, the Andean emerald heart. She with the Andean emerald's heart. Pachamama, the goddess of the earth honored by the indigenous peoples of Andes, holds space for many different creatures to live within her field, including the crazy, beautiful, dangerous, and divine humanity. She knows that life thrives through diversity. She is able to foster life with such genius and generosity because there is no fear preventing her from holding space for the new to emerge, Be open to the new and the different in yourself and your life. Hey now, okay? I can't make this shit up. Trust, like the Earth Mother, as an act of devotion. She is watching over you as you evolve to manifest the fullness of your sacred and original life purpose. Hey now. Some spiritual guidance from the book. Okay. For such an invisible concept, holding space has an extraordinary power. Holding space. To tap into that power, we need to understand that we cannot hold for another what we cannot hold for ourselves. It has been said in Buddhist wisdom teachings that without compassion for the self, there cannot ever truly be compassion for another. And right there, I got to pause and let y'all in on something that Spirit want me to let y'all in on. It's a concern stat real quick. And it's funny because I made a post about this the other day. You cannot prove truth to people who are determined and committed to one seeing you as a lie, let alone committed to lies. So a part of what this is also saying is, just like we can't love someone for real, in the acts of it all, in the lifestyle of it all, unless we love ourselves, unless we love ourselves in that way first. That's something that you have to understand about certain people that are going out of their way to villainize you and that have gotten you caught up in this loop of imposter syndrome and, fighting battles to prove yourself and prove your point and being overly defensive. And it's not saying that there's anything wrong with you having defended yourself. It's just certain people that have gotten you looped up and looped with no pull, just going round and round in circles of an argument just to keep you there, just to keep you distracted from doing everything else that you could be doing and would rather be doing, to keep you from working on your crafts, to keep you from being happy and dancing to yourself in your room. They don't want you to yourself and being happy and going on dates and this and that and having great experiences so bad that they will pull you into a senseless argument and just have you looped till 5 a.m. in the morning trying to prove some point to them, help them understand something, convince them that you love them and ain't gonna ever hurt them and this and that. And you cannot convince someone that you love them who does not love themselves and who has been committed to hating themselves. You won't ever be able to convince them that you are not the villain when they don't even have compassion for themselves. So ain't no compassion for you, ain't no grace for you, especially when you represent compassion and grace. That just reminds them of everything that they willfully lack. Emphasis on willfully lack. So they're going to willfully attack you every time because that's what they're doing to themselves. All right, back into the reading of it. Modern psychology teaches us that we cannot love another before learning how to love ourselves. This is empowering. It means that we can grow as capable new world leaders and guardians of communities through the work that we do within. It is reassuring to remember that the more we are able to hold a space for ourselves, the more we become a presence which others can also flourish. As you do your inner work, your presence can create sacred space that is constructive, potent, and transformative. Like ripples in the pond of consciousness, which emanate outward from the center, the space you hold within can create a freeing and uplifting consciousness. Much like how motherfuckers get online and say negative shit and then it just spreads into more negative shit and da. They're encouraging you all. They're saying to you all, you have an infectious sense of joy, flourishing, prosperity, positivity, love, compassion, grace. So the more you put yourself out there, the more that will spread, especially if you're investing that in people who value it and honor it and who represent that and reflect that back to you instead of steady trying to pour it and give it to black holes. You feel me? Okay, so yeah. As we grow in our role of sacred guardianship on this planet, the space we hold for ourselves and the world becomes more potent and important. This space can become a way for diversity to be either a beautiful orchestra or a cacophony of chaos. The outcome depends on our ability to hold a sacred feminine presence that allows for differences to be integrated into oneness, whilst understanding that oneness has nothing to do with sameness. Period. You have the ability to bring great life to the souls of this world through honoring your own soul journey. Don't underestimate the importance of your inner work, nor the healing effect it initiates in the world. Don't underestimate the importance of your inner work, nor the healing effect it initiates in the world. The world, Craig. Hey, now. And y'all feel free to screen record that, take a screenshot of the card as well. Even more so also as I'm fixing to read the affirmative meditation word here, aka prayer outlet. And starting now. Okay, so it's some different words here. Okay, you can choose to say this part if you want, but there's what you call it. Okay, let me just get into it. Okay. Inamaka, my earth mother, Gaia, mother nature, earth goddess, and Buddha of equanimity. There we go. Okay. Inamaka, my earth mother, Gaia, mother nature, earth goddess, and Buddha of equanimity. She with the Andean emerald heart. I offer my gratitude and reverence in this ritual to love, honor, and nourish you. And then here is direction. Place your hands on your heart. Feel or visualize that you are generating love and gratitude to offer to Pachamama. Reflecting upon your most precious life experiences or your love for nature might help you to evoke love, gratitude, and happiness in your heart. When you are ready, you are going to gently remove your hands from your heart, carrying with you those feelings which create the spiritual offering, and lightly sprinkle them onto the earth. Those spiritual offerings can lightly slide from your palms along your fingertips into the earth. Softly move your hands and fingers with the intent to release your gift into the earth. If you wish, you can also croon to her as you do this. Croon means sing. Use loving, soothing words or tones or a chant that resonates with your soul. When you feel this process has completed, finish with your hands in prayer. As I was reading that too, particularly as I got to the part about crooning and such, I started to hear the from the centering song, and that's definitely a call to the blues in general, and particularly how the black slaves would hum in blues style, if you will, to soothe themselves under the conditions. But a part of what that is, and this is what Spirit is saying also, a part of what that is also was them calling upon the mother goddess. It was them calling upon, because like think about what this mother goddess represents: nourishment, joy, grace, love. They were calling this mother goddesses joy, grace, and love over themselves and in their heart. These are all things that all help to contribute to the processes of breaking free. Which again is coming up, and it's been coming up a lot to emphasize to the peoples that a part of the reason why so many have tried to guilt trip y'all and make y'all feel guilty about just being and about every motherfucking thing else, always blaming y'all for everything, is because they know the greatness that you're meant to get to, and they hate us, and they envy us, and they willfully fucking trash, and they willfully have dreams deferred. They've given up on themselves, and they want you to give up on yourself. And they know that nobody and nothing flourishes in guilt. Guilt equals imprisonment. And when you feel guilty about shit, you imprison yourself. Even if it's something that you ain't done. If someone can convince you to identify with a sense of guilt surrounding the situation, you will come off guilty and people will imprison you to a narrative. This can literally happen in a literal sense because you're coming off guilty and shit might be lining up towards your direction type shit. Yeah. So yeah, amongst like how you end up treating yourself subconsciously, you end up imprisoning yourself. And that's what a lot of these people and entities have been trying to convince you to do. They've been trying to convince you to imprison yourself. And God ain't make no slaves, honey. God ain't make no slaves. And so yeah, that's given that some of you may literally be singers, actors, performers. Basically, whatever your craft and purpose is has a lot to do with you using your voice and essentially telling stories and whatnot, which is another main reason why a lot of your ops and such have tried to do so much to control and micromanage the narrative, especially how you tell stories, how you say what you see, how you say what you've experienced, how you express yourself. That's why they try to do so much to gaslight you and manipulate and control how you think and feel and how you speak and the words that you use and all of this and that and your memories of how things have gone. I'm hearing, I bitch is trying to be friends like I forgot. Yeah, they've done a lot to try to micromanage the narrative, even by way through your memory of how shit has happened, even by way of your memory of how shit has happened and how you say your experience, how you express and tell your stories and or the stories that you've witnessed and such. And that's why. Because your voice is divinely designed and anointed as fuck. And they know that when you use that motherfucker, that means their demise because they're ops. And that's what they get. Like, it just is what it is. Like, something along the lines of what Cat Williams said, if, I don't know, they wanted to be a better character in the story or whatever, then they should have acted better or some shit. Something like that. You get the heat, cuz. A mess. So, yeah, dog. So, that being said, y'all are being called to sing more. I'm hearing allow yourself to stem more. Like if you randomly start sprouting out Nicki Minaj lyrics type shit or just different song lyrics or monologues and scenes and lines and stuff from movies and whatnot, allow yourself to do that. Allow yourself to have fun in that as well. If you are a singer if you are a singer, it's time to get back into that. It's time to start, brushing up on your chops, brushing up on your skills and techniques and everything. And whether you're a singer specifically or not, because your divine purpose has a lot to do with your voice, it's time to start investing in your voice more energy, more attention, more time, and as well as at some point, money. Getting a speech therapist, getting a vocal coach, things to help you train your voice better, as well as your range of vocality, as well as broadening your vocabulary, and it's giving also even learning different languages and such. And you know, this is to broaden your opportunities, your skill set, but also to keep your voice healthy and strong, and to keep your vocal apparatus and everything real nice, healthy, and strong. I'm also hearing, so let's get into like y'all's final cards, y'all's Rebel Oracle cards, because this is going to get into some more things. So you are loved. So remember what I said about there being a person and or a lot of people that have been watching you from a distance, and some of those people are good people. Some of those people are people who are pure-hearted. They are like-spirited, like-minded to you. They have great opportunities that they want to bestow upon you. They want to be mutually loving, mutually restoring, mutually generative and resourceful, and all that. They want to be mutually communicative to you, and mutual, what I'm trying to say, like mutual compassion, grace. They want to be a village. They want to be a family. So these are remnants and such of your soul family, and perhaps even your divinely designed soul mate, love partner, all of that that is bound to be coming in. So y'all have a lot of recognition coming in. So if y'all have been going for a long time, putting in the work, and you've been like, bruh, I've been doing this thing for a long time. Why ain't nobody watching my shit? Why ain't nobody supporting me? What the fuck? It's about to come in because you're finally in a space where you have not only deaded those dead weight ass relationships, but also you've cut it off energetically. You've been restoring yourself. You've been purging all that negative energy, and you're purging all of those mindsets and belief systems that were never yours, wounds and such, guilt that was never yours. You've been getting all that shit out the way. And that's why Spirit has come in and been saying, it's time now. It's time now, because you're officially done with that shit and ain't no looking back. So now it's time for you to officially come into this divine design. And so that's why they wanted you to remember all of the love and grace and compassion that you have for yourself, and solidify it within yourself, so that you can recognize your like-spirited, like-minded, like-hearted individuals that are coming in. Yes, God. So this is coming in the form of new job and career opportunities, activities. Also, okay, endorsements. I'm hearing. Oh, yeah, okay, that word came up earlier in a different sense. But yeah, y'all may be coming upon some endorsements, some very unique job offerings, gig offerings. I'm hearing like stuff that comes with residuals. Stuff that comes with residuals. Ooh. Okay, so yeah. Amongst receiving a lot of love, receiving hugs. And you see, you got one card here that says you need a big fucking hug. So if you have been used to coming from a family or being around people, a lot of people who were like raised on survival and or kind of just act like they've been in jail and can't stand touch, or was like just withheld affection from you, withheld emotional vulnerability and validation and such from you specifically, maybe even if that's been your experience in excess, is given like that y'all are about to be rewarded with people, and even some people in your life that haven't shown you that much affection, but they've been in your life and they've, you know, shown you love like this here. They've given you some sprinkles. Some of those people are about to turn up the volume, and they're about to get even more affectionate and loving with you. And these ain't none of the ops, honey. These is people who just been kind of getting to know you slowly, and just like kind of taking their time, maybe watching you from a distance, watching you in passing, and they speak to you, they give you compliments, they may engage with your stuff on social media. But some of those people are about to start really like embracing you even more, complimenting you even more, maybe even saying your names in rooms that really matter even more type shit. You're about to be getting a whole lot of love, and again, attracting more people that are more affectionate in a real and pure way, where they're huggers, they're kissers, they're gonna rub your back and woo 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 you if you cry. They're gonna let you cry in their bosom. They're gonna, you know what I'm saying? These will also be the types of people that cook, that just spontaneously cook, bring you over a plate, or be like, hey, I cook, come on over and let's eat and watch a movie and just sit and have and be merry and this and that. The types of people that spontaneously playing, you know, low-key game nights. Come over, sip some wine. We're gonna pay and sip, play some games, real cozy types of people. So yeah, and it's been given that y'all been needing that like a motherfucker, and y'all been wanting that like a motherfucker. So also amongst getting into the money aspects of it all, remember I said that y'all could be coming into a lot of endorsements and shit. Amongst the miracles, the magic of it, expect random money. Expect, for some of you, you gonna literally could have people like just sending you random cash apps, bringing you food. Remember, like I just said, people cooking for you, bringing you food, but this also be people like sending you food money or paying for your lunch. Like you might go out to eat and it just might be some random person that lets your waiter know that they want to take care of your bill. And these are like just random earth angels that Spirit is putting around you, that has on their heart to just bless someone, and it's letting you know, it's the universe and divine realm and all that letting you know how much of a chosen one you are. So again, expect random blessings, expect blessings from strangers. And Spirit is saying try not to block your blessings by being so skeptical of everything, as well as imposter syndrome comes back up here, as well as someone or some people kind of being taught that they can't take favors, or like you have to do something, or like you feel like you owe someone something when they do something for you. Be careful about that, because you're being rewarded. So definitely, if that's something that you struggle with, if you struggle to receive simply without feeling the need to give in return, or without feeling the need to reject it, like, oh, that's too much, or, whatever, what have you, work on your frequency of receiving, which is, also feminine energy. And so amongst, like I said, those new job opportunities, career opportunities and such coming in, I'm also hearing like class action lawsuits. You may look up and see that it's like some sort of class action lawsuit that you somewhat harmlessly fit the category of, and you end up coming into some random money that way. It may be some old jobs, that's what's coming up, some old jobs and or some errors that happen with tax information or whatever. And so the government may even owe you money. It's someone who's been owing you money for a long time, and this is like giving, like if it's like a large sum, like over $500 or something, one way or another, that's going to be repaid to you. So you may end up getting a random cash out from this person, or getting a random, I'm seeing someone getting an envelope in the mail that's filled with the money that was owed, and I'm hearing like with interest type shit. Okay. For some of you, you ended up in debt for taking on a responsibility for someone or something. You may have a miracle clearing of that debt one way or another. I'm also hearing some legality stuff like wrongful arrest, wrongful imprisonment, and or things that were like malpractice. When someone got arrested, pulled over, called to court, something going on with a legal situation where law enforcement did some illegal shit and they finna owe you money. And emphasis on like, so for instance too, specifically, if you've been doing a lot of job applications and ain't been getting no hits, as crazy as this may sound, stop doing job applications. Also because the reason why you haven't been getting any latches, the reason why you haven't been getting interviews and callbacks and stuff, is because the divine realm has been trying to protect you from becoming a slave one way or another. It's a lot of things that they've been trying to protect you from as it concerns the job industry in this society right now. And so also it's working on your frequency of receiving, your frequency of being still, letting go and letting God. And so what's coming for you, the divine design job and money opportunities and such that's coming for you, it's not going to come until and unless, and it's 4:04 o'clock as I say this, it's not going to come until and unless you fucking stop and allow yourself to and don't take that wrong, that's the energy that the Spirit is sending through. They're getting frustrated, and they know that you're frustrated. So have compassion for yourself. The Spirit is having compassion for you. They're getting frustrated because it's kind of like someone who needs help, and you keep trying to help them, but they keep like fighting you and fighting you and fighting you and fighting you. And so this is like what it is. You're making yourself overly accountable. You're making yourself responsible for everything. And you won't allow God to work in your life. You won't allow God to show up in your life. You keep asking for signs. You keep asking for miracles. You keep asking for God to show up in your life and take some shit off of your back. And they keep trying to, but you just keep putting everything on your back. So the more you put stuff off of your back, they got to keep helping you take it off of your back. And it's delaying the time for them to come in and help you and drop these miracles on you the way that they're trying to. Whatever this new job, gig, all of that is that you've been like hunting for, it's going to come to you when you stop searching for it. And I know that may sound crazy and irritating and like, oh my fucking gosh, but it's also a part of that leap of faith that's been coming through. And I can tell you for real from experience, it's real, okay? Okay? It's a real thing that when you stop fucking looking for it, it will come to you for real, okay? So again, take the time out, make some decisions, take some leaps of faith, because you may even be in your mind like, oh, I don't have the money to do this, or I don't have time to do this, because like you may be guilt tripping yourself to not have fun and to not do things that are celebratory and social and relaxing, because you beating yourself up about everything you feel like you haven't done, and everything you feel like you haven't accomplished, and everything you feel like you don't have. And for some of you, you may be even dealing with like parental guilt. You feeling like you don't need to be doing that because you need to be spending time with your kids. You need to be doing this and that for your kid and this and that, da 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 da. But remember what the book said, and in general that we know, you can't do for nobody else, including your kids, if you do not get yourself together first. And your kids also need to learn how to rest. A part of how they learn how to rest, how to celebrate, and what to celebrate is through watching you from example. Kids do what you do. They don't hardly do what you say. Okay? They do what you say when your actions and your words match. That's when they do what you say. Because more often than not, they do what you do. So your words have to match your actions. You feel me? So yeah. Again, it's emphasis on fun, it's emphasis on joy, it's emphasis on relaxation, because the rest of your life is meant to be easier. It makes it easier, okay? The rest of your life is meant to be easier, and it's meant for you to declare and demand and to put it into play first, because you are a leader of leaders. So you have to make it happen. Ain't nobody gonna give you that rest. Ain't nobody gonna give you that break. You have to say, today I'm taking a break. Today I'm going to a party. Today I'm going to the bar. Today I'm going out to dance. Today I'm going to a paint sip. Today I'm gonna sit around my room and I'm gonna dance in the mirror and I'm gonna shake this ass. I'm gonna drop it like it's hot and bring it like on up like it don't stop, whatever have you. You have to make that decision firm and stand in it and let your divine realm fill in the blanks as it may. Let your divine realm be your PR team, your security guards, all that shit. Your lawyers, all that shit. Okay, call it into play. Do your meditations, do your prayers, all of it. And have fun. Have motherfucking fun. Okay? And allow yourself to love yourself joyfully. So to close out, calls to actions. A lot of the things that y'all are purging, okay, for this love encouragement, this Scorpio full moon, this Aries ×7 energy, this releasing the old and in with the new, not letting fear mongerers and agents of chaos and all of that shit continue to try to bring us down and send illusions of doubt and despair amongst us is releasing defeatist mentality, releasing fears surrounding emergence and socializing and putting yourself out there to go, be amongst your spirit team and finding your spirit team, allowing them to find you and such, allowing yourself to have fun, allowing yourself to release yourself from any frequencies of imprisonment, any frequencies of guilt, any frequencies of imposter syndrome. Those are a lot of the things that y'all are releasing yourselves from and releasing from your system, cords that y'all are breaking and such. A lot of you are needing to break cords from your parents, needing to break cords from old job dynamics. Okay, someone needs to break cords from police departments. But also with that, okay, nothing's a coincidence because it said someone needs to break their lease. Someone needs to break their lease. So that's something there. So yeah, it's giving more attention to compassion and grace for yourself, giving more attention to your talents, your attributes, your voice, your crafts, creativity, giving more attention to yourself, self-love, pampering, all of the things, honey. And a big emphasis for y'all is really the community aspect, socializing aspect. And I know they may sound like very icky for a lot of y'all, but it's given that is going to be extremely healing for y'all because Spirit is really wanting to show and prove to y'all that relationships don't have to be prisons and that relationships don't have to be draining, that they can be mutually restoring, that they can be mutually loving, that they can fill you up, and that they can actually add to your life amongst you being independent. Okay, that said, a lot of you have probably been very triggered by a lot of stuff that's been going online, particularly like gender war conversations, like the Meg and Clay situation. A lot of you have probably been very triggered by like certain stories of brutality that's been done towards women and other feminine beings, queer beings, and things of that nature. And so, yeah, that's another thing. Y'all may want to take a social media break. Y'all may also need to specifically cleanse from the frequencies of misogyny, misogynoir, femicide, things of that nature, as well as you may need to do some cord breakings and or cloak castings as it concerns social media. I may end up posting some information about how to go about that and shit like that. And I am picking up that y'all have been getting a lot of spiritual attacks on social media and shit, energetic attacks and whatnot. It's definitely some people watching y'all page from fake pages, and y'all definitely got some secret haters amongst your following and such. And if your page is open, of course, it may not even be just amongst your followings, but just people lurking your page. And the thing about this is, some of it you can control, and some of it you won't be able to control, because this is a collective that has superstar type energy. So y'all gonna always have haters. Y'all gonna always people lurking and being obsessed and being fucking weird when it comes to y'all in that way. So that's why Spirit is calling to action better spiritual hygiene, and particularly it's hitting what's come up through this reading, which is the frequency of celebration, being careful about what you celebrate and learning how to properly celebrate, as well as choosing your battles, the hygiene of choosing your battles. Because remember those messages that came up about certain people distracting you by getting you looped into never-ending fucking arguments and or tricking you at your spot by getting you to fucking crash out on them. It's given like Bad Girls Club or like Flavor of Love or whatever, where certain girls will say shit like, go ahead and hit me so you can go home. Go ahead and hit me so you can go home. And they'll do the most to get the other person to hit them so that they can get them to basically eliminate themselves. That's the type of energy that y'all's good energy attracts, unfortunately. But y'all are highly protected, and you can prevent more and more. Well, let me say this. You can make it where less and less of these type entities get through to you and bother you when you up your spiritual hygiene. So this can actively be in the form of, if you see something negative and triggering to you, like talking about, that could get you to dwell in the negativity or looping in a never-ending argument type shit, scroll right past it. And or like hit not interested. But what's coming up here is that sometimes if you hit not interested, the system will clock that as you engaging with it one way or another. So keep that in mind. So in a lot of cases, it's coming up that you just need to scroll right past it, and or block and or restrict certain accounts. At a certain point, y'all are gonna come into a position to where you're able to afford a social media manager, to where you won't even have to deal with all of that. And hell, you'll probably be able to have a fake page where you just dilly dally and don't even, don't nobody even know that that's your page to, bother you on that particular page. Like talking about. So keep those types of things in mind amongst, like I said, some cleansing castings, cloaking castings that y'all may need for social media, as well as y'all's electronic devices. I'm hearing that pampering yourself on the regular, at least 2 to 3 times a week, is also a part of your superpower. This is also something that would really help for y'all to keep interferences from getting to y'all. Yeah. So this is like washing your hair, soaking your feet. Emphasis on washing your hair, soaking your feet, manicures and pedicures, and specifically doing it for yourself. Going to a salon is cool, but Spirit is emphasizing giving yourself your own attention and not making yourself wait for your own attention. So emphasis on that as well, because if you have a tendency to make yourself wait for your own attention, like, well, I'll wash my hair after I do such and such and such and such. I'll soak my feet after I do this for this and that people. I'll take a day off after I da 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 da. If you have a habit of making yourself wait, even if it comes to like creative projects and shit, oh well, I'll do that tomorrow, procrastination type shit, it's a form of making yourself wait. Some part of you may feel like you don't deserve your own energy, and this could have been impressed upon you by like having parents that villainize you for being introspective, for being introverted, for being off to yourself. This could also have been impressed upon you through like being in different social settings, school, work, what have you. And because you're like to yourself, you're more introverted, you're not just doing this and that for attention, you're not speaking just to say any damn thing. There are people that have villainized you for that have made something wrong with you being to yourself, and probably have even made you out to be sneaky, or they think that you're sneaky. They think that because you're off to yourself that you're coming up with devious plans to destroy and all this other fucking shit. Or like all of your energy, all of your talents, all of your good nature is just supposed to be poured into a man, or it's just supposed to be poured into everybody else. You're supposed to give your ideas away. You're supposed to give all of your ideas to a man, and that can be prominent if you have religious abuse traumas, because that's prominent towards women in particular dealing with religious abuse. People condition women in a lot of abusive religious situations that, can't no woman be in the pulpit, can't no woman, really have a voice or a mind of her own. If you have something profound to say, if you have brilliant ideas, if you have prophetic messages and shit, you need to find you a man to give all of that to, and let him be the mouthpiece, let him be in the podium, using all of your talking points and your gifts and taking the credit for it. And so that type of thing being impressed upon you impresses upon you that you don't deserve your own gifts, that you don't deserve your own time, your own emotions, your own love, your own grace, your own creativity, your own ideas, your own pulpit, your own pedestal, your own throne, your own castle. It impresses upon you that you don't deserve to own yourself. And that's what this collective is being guided back to, self-ownership. And that's a part of why, a lot of you all that have been job hunting and constantly applying, that's a part of why, Spirit has been blocking it, because it's not meant for y'all to be slaves to nobody and for nothing. It's likely not meant for y'all to work for anyone like that. It's meant for y'all to be more independent contractors. It's meant for you to be business owners. It's meant for you to be performers, that you work on a contractual type basis. You have ownership over yourself. If you're a musician, it's not meant for you to be on a label. It's meant for you to be independent, and you have people that you have delegated for different things. And this is also why that money is coming in, so that y'all can have the money to pay for these different things. It's also bringing back up too, if someone's been having dental issues, or you've been wanting to fix your teeth, for your aesthetic, for your career and such, it's money coming in for that. Also do your research. It's connections coming in for that. Be mindful of, again, this is where your Spirit is going to be showing you how strong your discernment has gotten, because some of you are going to realize that some people may be trying to put you in touch with certain positions to bot you on purpose so that they can sabotage you. But don't fret about that, because you're going to peep it. Like, they're going to either be exposed, or you're going to peep that something is off about them in the first place, and you're not going to interact. And then you may look up or look back, or someone contacts you and be like, this person is getting exposed for not having a license, not being professional or ethical and things of that nature, and literally just like taking people's money and fucking them up. And this is also showing up in the form of makeup artists, hairdressers, such as like, you may be trying to do something different with your hair, trying to do something different with your makeup. This can also show up, because this can also show up with like people who do nails, people who are estheticians and such. Do your research, be discerning, and definitely practice your spiritual hygiene accordingly. Because remember what was said about the loads of opportunities that are going to be coming in, and some of these people may be predators. Some of these people are definitely people coming in to help you pure-heartedly. I'm really sensing that most of them are pure-hearted, but there are some in the bunch that are trying to get past the radar. So definitely be on your spiritual hygiene, your meditations, working on that third eye, all of that, and trusting yourself and being in tune with your emotions, honoring your emotions about shit for real, because you may not be exposed to it before. You may be, they may be exposed after you've already rejected them and going with someone else. Because like when it comes to the estheticians and shit, and like the nail artists and stuff like that, is also dealing with hygiene. Someone or some people not practicing the proper hygiene practices that they're supposed to, and pay attention to over eagerness. So there may be some people that are trying to make out like they're friends to you, or like they want to put you on to this new to this person who do hair, lace fronts, like I said, estheticians, people who do nails, like I said, people who do dental work, shit like that. I'm hearing like even maybe massage therapists. Pay attention to over eagerness, because some of these people are being intentionally malicious because they're trying to take out their competition, and or they're just fucking terrible and they don't know what they're doing for real. They just trying to get money and it's vanity projects. Yeah, some of these people may be very popular on social media and they've been getting away with it for a long time, but they finna fuck around and find out, because they gonna be getting exposed, because people finna be getting like, ooh, pay attention to tattoo artists also. People finna be getting exposed for very nasty hygiene practices amongst doing botched jobs on purpose. It's people preying on people. So yeah, I'm hearing like groups. I keep hearing esthetician, groups of estheticians, groups of people who do hair, groups of people who do nails, who are mean girl energy. Very mean girl, Regina George, Heathers type energy. And they are, I'm hearing some of these people are people who wanted to be performers. They wanted to be in the spotlight, but they've given up on themselves, and or, you know, whatever have you. They're not doing that. They're not pursuing those dreams. They're doing vanity projects, and they're doing what they feel like is easier. And in the process, they're preying on people who are in the spotlight, who are meant to be superstars, and they're doing malpractices to take out their competition. So be very, very careful about that. People coming up to you, oh, please let me do your hair. When you gonna let me do your hair? When you gonna let me do your nails? When you gonna let me do your nails? When you gonna let me massage you? When you gonna let me do your makeup? When you gonna da 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 da? Just constantly on you, like, when you gonna let me do this? When you gonna let me do that? Be mindful of that. Be very, very mindful of that. And some of these people may even be spiritual workers, and they may literally be trying to do dark magic on you by way of the service. Okay? Again, don't fret. You got everything that you need and desire to prosper, and you are protected, and Spirit is going to make sure that these people are exposed. And that's also a part of why y'all are here, getting these messages, getting these heads up, so you can already have some things to be cognizant and aware of. Trying to think of the right words amongst child. I know that this shit is synchronized like a motherfucker, because there have been so many motherfucking interruptions, especially as I've been trying to get to the end of this video. Even as I'm speaking, it's like so much motherfucking noise interferences in different ways. People trying to walk in my space, people just doing the motherfucking mouth. It's just been so many motherfucking interferences. So that's how Spirit be like giving me some insight, some clear like experiential insight on what the collective has been going through, and is leaving off to say completion is more important than perfection and or nothing at all. A lot of y'all have been getting stuck in procrastination because you've been stuck in imposter syndrome. And a part of imposter syndrome will have you caught up in procrastination because you feel like you have to prove something. A part of you feels like you're not as great as you think you are. And so you may start on a bunch of things at one time and never finish, or you may keep yourself stuck in the planning process and never starting. You may have dealt with in school, having a lot of late assignments, and or having to do a lot of makeup assignments because you missed stuff, and not because you didn't know the information, but because you were trying so hard to make sure that you put everything together as cool and as perfect as you wanted it to be. And as a result, you ended up not finishing things. And this might even come up as for some of you not finishing school even. And so there's forgiveness that you need to have of yourself for perhaps some of the many things, or some of the most important things to you that you started but never finished. And forgive yourself and get back into it. Spirit is wanting you to take impulsive action on your ideas, on things that are fun and enjoyable to you, and don't focus on perfection. Practice just having fun and letting things be beautiful, knowing that you are beautiful naturally. Okay, now child, okay, because I just had to do that getting through this video. Okay, I had to focus more so on completion and the prize at hand, my intent at hand specifically, as opposed to having everything so tip-top in shape and, you know, so micromanaged to what I think is supposed to be going on. Because that's a huge thing about these messages too, and what Spirit has been emphasizing to you all. Remembering that you're co-collabing with your divine realm. Remembering that you're co-collabing with your divine realm. So it pays to trust the process. Put your ideas into play, but also leave space for the divine realm's creativity and magic also. Now, I believe it's about that time where I remind y'all, you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You teach a man a fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Y'all go fishing, baby. And with all that being said, child, if I do say so myself, honey, I have milked this cow dry. And I am thoroughly appreciative for the exchange of vibes. And if you're feeling synchronized, please do me a divine design and like, share, and subscribe so that you can be one of the first to be back through these queenly quarters the next time. And be sure to bless that comment section with your questions and conversations. And as always, I bid you in all ways like love, healing, and liberation. Emphasis on liberation. Mwah.